Greetings and blessings from the Most High, Jah Rastafari. Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer, and I'm going to talk about boxing. But I'm going to start answering questions, the Friday answers. So if you've got a question, drop a comment. I've had two interesting questions. One was, did I have any interactions with Mickey Duff? I've had two actually. I'll tell you about them. And the other one was addictions, and it's like, I'm not a psychiatrist, but his question was good because for me, addictions are just bad habits. I remember when I was a kid, people said I used to be addicted, and I had an addictive personality. And for me, it's the only things I like doing, the only things I enjoy doing, I'm going to keep doing. And as soon as I stop liking it, or I'm finding it, I'm not as enjoying it as much, I just stop doing it. I just don't see the point in doing something I don't like. It just don't make any sense to me. You know, I just think it's an excuse. I've got a very strong mind. I walked away from something I absolutely loved because I stopped having fun at it. Boxing, I was addicted to boxing, could call it whatever you want. But I walked away from it. And it was the hardest thing I had to do, but I had to do it. And coffee. I absolutely love coffee. You're addicted to coffee. Yeah, maybe. I really enjoy it. I stopped it for just over a year, just to see how I felt. And my body never felt any different. I enjoyed the anticipation of a coffee. I enjoyed the taste of the coffee. And I just have coffee. I don't have milk in it, I don't have sugar in it, I just have coffee. Am I addicted? Yeah, until I find that, or I feel it's not doing me any good. You know, the enjoyment of making a cup of coffee by holding it in my hand, by taking a sip of it. By just tasting it and feeling it going down my throat. I really enjoy it. It's really nice. And if that's addicted, I'm addicted to joy. And yeah, I really enjoy it. And I just don't understand why people do something that they don't enjoy doing, because it's an habit. It don't make them feel good, it don't make you feel good. It's just an habit. It's like smoking. Do you want to stop smoking? Stop. It's simple, just don't light another one up. That's how easy stopping smoking is. But if you like it, do it, and fuck everybody else. I mean, it's not them who's living your life. So addiction's simple for me. They're just habits. If the bad habits, break them. If the good habits, or you enjoy doing it, do them. You know, there's nothing right or wrong in this world. It's just what you enjoy doing. If it makes you feel bad, stop doing it. Anyway, that's that question. I hope I answered it anyway. That's just my opinion. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a whatever you call them. I'm just me. And the next one was me interactions with Mickey Duff. Now, my first interaction with Mickey Duff was at Leeds Town Hall. He phoned me up and asked me to come down. There was a show on at the Town Hall, and he asked me to come down to meet him. So I thought, yeah, I'll go down. I went down and I got to the front door, and you can see him in the reception just behind where you got to pay. And he looked at me straight in the eyes and turned. I had to pay into the place. I got invited down to meet them, and I had to pay in to see him. And as I walked into the venue, he comes walking over to me. I just sidestepped him and walked up the stairs and watched the show. I never spoke to him. Because the voice in my head said, wait a minute, you've had to pay to come in here. you ain't going to make no money off this guy. He's just going to rip you off because he needs the money. I just couldn't believe that. And then the next one was a few years later. I don't forget things, man. And I was I'd ended up, I didn't want any managers. I'd left Frank Warren. And I just come out of Frank Baloney's office. And my phone rang. And it was Mickey Duff. Says, "Oh, yeah, you're looking for a manager?" I said, "No, I'm not looking for a manager, I'm looking for a promoter." He says, "Well, we need to speak." I says, "All right then." I said, "I'm off." I says, "Where are you?" He says, "I'm at the Queen's Hotel in Leeds." I says, "Ah, well, I'm in London." He went, "Wait for me." I went, "No, I'm going back to Leeds." He waited over 5 hours for me. Over 5 hours he waited for me, and I walked into the Queen's Hotel, into the restaurant where he was. And as I walked over to the table, he stood up, held out his hands and says to me, "I don't promote any fighter that I don't manage. So why you want to speak to me for? Because I don't want a manager, I just want a promoter." I said, "Sit down and we'll talk." And then he went into a lecture about what he can do for me and what this, that and the third thing. And I'm just looking at him and I'm just, "Oh, so you can do all that. So I'm going to sign a contract for you for 3 years. Can you guarantee me that at the end of the 3 years, I'll earn £1 million? "No, I can't do that. But you can guarantee me I'll be a world champion, but you can't guarantee me I'll earn £1 million. And he went, "No." So like I'm sat there and I'm just thinking what does this guy want from me? He wanted me to sign a contract for 3 years. A 3-year contract. What are you giving me? Nothing. I'm telling you what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to do this, this and the third thing. But what you actually giving me, you're not giving me nothing. I'm signing 3 years of my life away to you. What are you guaranteeing me? You're not guaranteeing me anything. But I've got to give you 3 years of my life. Mums, if you don't want me to box and you don't get me no fights, I can't go anywhere else. I won't do that. But I've got to trust you, but you don't trust me. I just went, "Nah, I'm not going to sign for you." And I left. But while all this was playing now, in my head, the voices is going on. He thinks, and the voice is like this: "You think I'm stupid? You've called me all the way down here. I know you're having problems selling Leeds Town Hall out with Henry Wharton. You know, he's sort of like his popularity's waning a bit, and you need to bring him back up. I know all this nonsense, man. So you're going to put him on at Leeds Town Hall, and then Leeds Town Hall is banged out because I'm on the bill. And then you're going to sell it like Henry's the ticket seller, and I'm not the ticket seller. Because the promoters, Maloney said I didn't sell tickets, Warren said I didn't sell tickets. I'm not a ticket seller. TV are interested in me." Well, I found that fascinating because every time I boxed, the place was full. Wherever I went, the place was full. Southampton, it was packed. Dudley Town Hall, it was packed. Manchester, it was packed. So, Everton Park, it was packed when I boxed for the European title, but I don't sell tickets. I just found that fascinating. It's just another story that they tell. There isn't one person who can sell out the show. It's all the fighters who sell out the show. You know what I mean? And the money should be split across the board. And that, yeah, TV are interested in me. Pascal Warisfeld, when I was in Paris, you know, Maloney ripped me off there big time. I could tell you stories about Maloney. He tried to get me beat a few times, but that's for another time. Anyway, I hope they've answered your questions. So Fridays answering questions. So if you get me a few questions, I'll do 4 or 5 of them, 6 or 7 of them. It don't make no difference. But remember one thing: these are just my opinions. They don't really matter, do they? But they matter to me, and they're just my opinions. Anyway, out for another day. Bye. Oh.